We think we found a plane where there are pre-filled out ballots, and it landed at this ballots. And I said, oh, that's weird. And this plane has allegedly taken off to Seattle. But you guys, we tracked you. We followed. So InfoWars, like, there's a lot underneath the surface, Owen, but, like, the public needs to know.
You, sir?
Yeah, James, I didn't go, but, I'm Gordon Rose with Clip Artist Films. I'm here for Ask You Comment on why you covered up the frame job of Stacey Burke and General Flynn's coup. I've been trying to get this comment from you for 4 years. You know who I am. And I think it's time to tell the truth to the people on what happened. Can you please give me comment?
We'll talk about that.
When?
I'm not even familiar with that.
Jimmy, come on, bro. I got the text logs. I got the emails for years with us.
Well, I'm actually not familiar with that, but
you're going to cover. Wait. You're here to teach a class, and you're going to cover up in front of everybody.
I'm not trying to cover anything up.
Okay.
But the First Amendment protects my right to speak to you without being interrupted.
Fair enough.
And that's one of the things we're going to teach today.
I'm going to learn that.
I'm going to let you have a dialogue with me, but first I'm going to talk to you about what we're doing.
That's fair enough.
I actually don't remember what you're talking about, but we'll talk to you.
Fair enough.
Another O Keefe lesson. How many of you attended the funeral yesterday? Basically everyone. Who didn't attend yesterday? I didn't. Courage is just your ability to say yes. And we're going to make this very interactive very soon, so I hope I got some brave people here. I don't think people would have shown up unless you're brave. This guy's brave. He's brave. I may not agree with him, but he has something that you need to have, which is the ability to ask the question.
You're on camera here. Sir, why are you running? Why are you running away?
Why are you running?
Sir.
It's an interesting question. Why do they always run? Charlie Kirk didn't run. But they have, you know what that shows? It shows shame. They don't even think what they're doing is right. There's no investigative journalism anywhere. You think that the people who do this are talented? No! They're brave. They have balls. Am I allowed to say balls in a church?
Yes.
They have cojones.
I got yours.
They have huevos. If you're a woman. I don't have balls.
I know, they're on my website for 4
What's that?
years. Your balls have been on my website for 4 years.
My balls have been on your website.
Yes. Literally. Got a t-shirt. I'll sell you one.
All right. I look forward to seeing that t-shirt.
Mute. Charming. You want some Lucky Charms?
Okay. Another O Keefe lesson. Actual story that's the most important. Even though that was incredibly important. It's the reaction to the story that's important. Without the reaction, there is no action. And it's the reaction to the reaction ad infinitum that is successful as a result of the campaign. Can someone tell me what is the media? We're the media.
Mockingbird.
We're the media. Forward with your subject. And you have to create a win-win situation. If you're going to do investigative work, undercover work, and you are going to try to relate to the subject you're investigating, you have to use ideology. What's your name?
Lydia.
Lydia. You were very indignant. You were mowing me. You were being like, and I'm like, I'm going to make you feel. You almost blackmailed me there.
I saw the look on your face when I first came on stage. You were scared.
And
Maybe if I hide and drink some water, Gordon won't ask me any more questions. Well, let me at least look like I'm thirsty. What am I gonna do? Oh, brother, you got me this time. Oh, boy.
No. Because I would be the kind of person that they would go after.
Isn't that guy brilliant? That citizen journalist. Because he's like... Let's talk about ethics for 1 second. So, question to you. Do you guys think it's ever okay for a journalist to break the law?
No.
What law? Any state or federal law?
No, because
No.
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 Not appropriate. Does anybody think it's okay for a journalist to break the law to get a big story?
What if it's supposed to save innocence?
To save innocence. Break the law to save innocence, okay?
Subjective.
What's subjective?
It's subjective. I was framed by Doug Ducey for exposing a bunch of corruption out here. I never broke the law, but they said I did. So it's kind of a, gray area, is it not?
Is breaking the law a gray area? Well,
yeah,
I suppose that's true in some cases.
Yes.
But in other cases, it's pretty black and white. Okay, well, let me make it easy for you. After 20 years, I've learned that it's never okay to break the law. And I don't think that you need to break the law. I can randomly bump into you in California or Pennsylvania. I can hear your entire story and scribble everything down and then publish it. That's protected First Amendment activity. But somehow it's not protected for me to record you, so it stands to reason that these laws should be overturned. But the reality is it's illegal, and you should know that. This time, I'm throwing a lot at you.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
More ethics. And that's what I do. I'm James O Keefe. Talk to me and they run away. Every time that we do a story, we harm the individual. Every single time. How is it ethical? It's hard. The First Amendment hurts people, hurts individuals. Why do we do it? Because the founders decided that we live in a country that's based upon the proposition the public must know. So we have to live with that. Now, I tend to be more transparency oriented. And it's almost like the official journalistic creed is you have to do stories of vital public interest, systemic failure, and you must exhaust all other alternatives for obtaining the same information. You must realize that the deliberate projection of a false impression is something people do usually all the time. So it's not really, it's not as simple as people think. I could teach a whole course on ethics, but here's another thing I'll tell you about ethics. Good question. That's a really great question. You know what the answer to that is? You gotta work for bosses with balls. You gotta have integrity, you gotta have extreme amounts of courage, and you gotta be unbreakable to protect your sources. Well, let's go back to the methods thing. How many times have I been sued?
Yes.
A lot.
Dozens of times. What happens in a lawsuit? Discovery. It's part of American jurisprudence. What happens in discovery?
Everything's.
They literally have an IT guy come to your laptop and take all your emails that are relevant to your investigation.
Yeah, but strategy is always in your brain. They'll never get that.
Strategies in your brain.
That's
Keep
right.
that in mind. We'll go another 20 minutes or so. If I have bosses with balls, if I have colleagues and bosses with balls, if I have weak people, pardon, I'm really drilling on this because this is really important, this is foundational. If I don't have strong people, I can't do my job. Over there, like I'm in a courtroom and they're watching my every move. I have to behave like I'm always in court. What I can't do is behave a certain way and then try to keep things secret. That's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. Okay, let me talk about morality. How do I justify lying to somebody to get the truth out of them? Well, do anything to get a story. How do I justify lying?
It's biblical.
On my sexuality.
It's biblical.
I justify it because morally defensible journalism is rarely what you feel good about afterward. It is only that which makes you feel better than you would otherwise. In other words, having the information, we're better off than not having it. I have a lot of slides, but I can't show all of them. I'm a scumbag. I'm a scumbag. I'm a scumbag. But you gotta be strong. You gotta stand on integrity, which is the most difficult thing in this business. Okay, I am wrapping up, and I think, Nick, I want to show them one more thing, and then we're gonna bring a person or two on stage to talk about your issue. I just wanted to play this clip from the movie Spotlight. This was really powerful. Have any of you seen the movie Spotlight about the Boston Globe? It won the
Hey, James, let's do my question before we do this. It'll take 2 minutes.
How about I answer your question offline? I will answer your question.
You're gonna meet with?
I just want to consume their time.
I understand. You're gonna meet with me, promise to,
I will.
after this, privately?
Yes.
Fair enough.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I'm not joking. Get ChatGPT. One or two more questions, then we'll call it.
All right, so on that note of ChatGPT, I want to know what your thoughts are on how you see journalism being impacted by AI, and is it going to create more grassroots journalism, or how do you think that's going to impact the mainstream media? Just kind of your thoughts in general on that.
How do I think AI is going to influence journalism, generally? I think AI, it's difficult for me to predict in my field because I actually catch people like they're real people in real situations.
It's really good for calculating probabilities.
Probabilities?
And what people are going to react, how they're going to behave. Yes.
But I think so. This is one other lesson on citizen journalism is you have to be relentless. You have to be. This is something that Charlie Kirk had more than anybody that I know. He just was just relentless.
Hey, how you doing? What's your name?
Steven.
Hey, Steven, you work with James, I assume, yeah? Okay, where does he want to meet with me?
I have to. He had to head out.
No, he promised privately or publicly a private conversation, brother. You try.
Unfortunately, it's not possible.
Dude, what's your last name? What's your last name? Damn, brother. What a punk.
I'm a scumbag. You sir?
Yeah, James, I didn't go, but I'm Gordon Rose with Clip Artist Films. I'm here for ask you comment on why you covered up the frame job of Stacey Burke and General Flynn's coup. I've been trying to get this comment from you for 4 years. You know who I am. And I think it's time to tell the truth to the people on what happened. Can you please give me comment?
We'll talk about that.
When?
I'm not even familiar with that.
Jimmy,
But I
come
will
on,
talk
bro.
about it.
I got the text logs. I got the emails for years with us.
Well,
You're
I'm actually not familiar with that. But
You're going to
we'll
cover.
get
Wait. You're here to teach a class, and you're going to cover up in front of everybody.
I'm not trying to cover anything up.
Okay.
But the First Amendment protects my right to
Yes, sir.
speak to you without being interrupted.
Fair enough.
And that's one of the things we're going to teach today.
I'm going to learn that
I'm going to
then.
let you have a dialogue with me, but first I'm going to talk to you about what we're doing.
That's fair enough.
I actually don't remember what you're talking about, but we'll talk to you.
Fair
Okay?
enough. Fair enough.